Now, I want you to take a piece of paper and write down the names of 5 of your best friends. 5 of your best friends excluding your relatives. Yesterday somebody asked, is it dead or alive? Alive. People are alive, okay? 5 of your best friends. Please write it down. I would like you to write it down. If you don't have paper, you can write down the phone. Write down the name of 5 of best friends, excluding your relatives. You can be truthful. You don't have to show this to anyone, okay? Trust me, you don't have to show this to anyone, so you can be truthful. Maybe the neighbor is looking, he's really write my name, I don't know. Yeah? 5 of your best friends, excluding your relatives. So, family members, cousins, relatives, aunts, uncles, children, husbands or relatives.
Wow.
Oh. Okay, done? Okay, raise your hand if in that list you have someone from your home country. Home country, where you originally from, okay? Brilliant. Please strike off those names. Just strike off those
All
names.
of them. Okay.
Please strike off those. Now she's hiding names, okay? Strike off those names, okay? In the remaining list, do you have, again, you don't have to show this list to anyone, okay?
Question for you, when you say from home country, originating or staying currently?
Originally from the home country.
Staying.
Staying.
Staying, yeah, staying. Okay, in the remaining list, do you have anyone who belongs to the same race or ethnicity?
No.
Yeah?
No.
If you have, please strike off those. There's nothing left. Alright. In the remaining list, do you have anyone who belongs to the same gender?
Yeah.
Please strike off those names. Yeah?
What is confused?
Okay, same gender. Let's do.
Okay. Please, in the remaining list, do you have anyone who follows your same religion? Please strike off those names. Okay, count don't feel embarrassed. It's okay. So count what's remaining, multiply it by 20.
Wow.
And the result, you don't have to tell me the result, just for your own awareness. Okay, you don't have to shout it out answers. What you get is what I call, or what I term as a diversity quotient. Right? And some people, so yesterday I was speaking somewhere and said, where can I see this in Wikipedia? It's not, this is a term I came up with, okay? It's diversity quotient. Now, if you look around the room, there are people who are different to you, whether you work at a place, where you live, where you work, or where you operate. Diversity is your reality. Diversity is your reality. Look in Singapore. Singapore, we have a very rare cultural mix. People from almost all countries, all communities, all cultures coming together to work and live in a tiny red dot. And now, when there are too many people in a too little place, there are a lot of problems. The social concern is a political concern because too many people in a too little place stretches our resources. It crowds our place. And also, it causes social anxiety. Now, this is what I want you to realize. This is exactly how the world will look like 100 years from now. Because people from different countries, cultures, communities converging into one city to work and live. Now, whether you like it or not, diversity is your reality. Whether you want it or not, diversity is here to stay. It's not going to go away, you can't wish it away, it's going to stay. And the question is, do we keep complaining about that, or do we see an opportunity, tilt our perspective, because we can see an opportunity, because I believe Singapore as a country, we are years ahead of almost all other countries in that respect. We get a unique opportunity to meet people from different backgrounds. It actually enriches us. And this trend is going to continue, because if you look 100 years ago, there were a lot of trade barriers and tariffs move goods across countries. Now those barriers have come down. Now there's a free trade. And along with free trade with different countries, countries are negotiating with each other to allow free movement of labor, to allow anyone to work anywhere. For example, today you can make anything anywhere and sell it anywhere, in the world. Now countries are saying, I will let you sell your goods in my country, but let my people work in your country and your factories. And this is a global trend. If you read any free trade agreement like a Singapore-US free trade agreement, Singapore is guaranteed to have 2,500 work visas in US, H1B visas, so Singaporeans can go and work in the US in return of the free trade agreement. So this is going global trend as a free flow of labor. So what does it mean to us? We will be forced to work with people who are different to us, globally. That's a trend, and again this is a challenge for our children as well too, because we are so used to working homogeneous teams, mixing with people who are like us, and we need to adapt that change. We need to adapt to that change, because I say we not only need to tolerate diversity, we not only need to encourage diversity, we need to learn how to embrace diversity. Now take a look at your palm of your hands. Please take a look at the palm of your hands. Now if you look at your hand, all the fingers are different. One is fat, one is short, one is long, one is straight, one is not so straight. It comes in different shapes, sizes, and shades. If you look at it, there are 50 shades of brown. Yeah? And a finger by itself is not strong. A finger by itself has no meaning. But if you were to crawl, a finger by itself has no meaning unless it's the middle finger. There's a lot of meaning. But if you were to crawl it into a fist, please do that. If you crawl it into a fist, that's when you get the full power of the punch. Likewise, we need to learn as a leader, if we want to develop our leadership potential, we need to learn to work with people who are different to us. Not only people who are less knowledgeable, but also people who are smarter than us, or people of different talents, skills and talents, abilities. And we will stand out if we learn how to leverage people's different skills, talents and perspective, and that's when we have the maximum impact. Look at any leaders. They are very good in getting people together, and irrespective of who they are or what they believe in. You see, 18 months ago, I got invited by 2 Americans to co-author a book on public speaking. And when this came, I said, I do not want to be part of that, because I always dreamed about writing a book by myself. And so I said, I don't want to do with you, I'll just do it myself. So then only when I started writing a book, I realized how hard it is to write a book. A dream is different from actually doing it. So 3 months later, I was still struggling to write my own book, and they called me one more time, are you sure you want to join? And I said, yes, I want to be part of your team to co-author a book. So what happened after that was they brought together people from 10 to 12 different countries, and they had the expertise of writing a book, editing a book, publishing a book, marketing a book. So just by deciding to be part of them, what happened was a few weeks later, I became a co-author of an Amazon #1 bestseller in public speaking. And that happened, and I could not have done that alone. I could do it only because I decided to work with people who I barely knew, who I probably, some of them I never met even. But that willingness to work together exponentially improved my chances. And then that got me, and this is the book I'm talking about. So that was his reality. This is the book I'm talking about, World-Class Speaking in Action. So once this book got published, what happened was I got the confidence to write my own book, and this is going to be published soon. It's called Nervous to Fabulous, How to be a Fabulous Speaker No Matter Where You Start. And again, what I'm trying to highlight is that you need to learn how to connect with people who are different to us. Do not put restrictions or prejudices prevent you from talking to people. So Rashid also asked me to give some practical tips today. So one practical tip I have is that, you see, as you work here, typically when you go for lunch, you always go with somebody who is like you. I stood outside a lot of offices, and I've seen during lunch, all the Indians go together, all the Chinese go one way, the Filipinos one way. Yes, no, but most of the cases, you should watch outside like me. Most of the cases too. I don't know in your company, maybe your company is very diverse. What I suggest is that try to reach out across genders, across cultures, maybe have lunch with them or have a discussion with them or having a party just to explore. It's unbelievable the kind of change in your perspective. Yeah. You open yourself to new ideas and you say they are not as different as you think. And I work as a public speaking coach, a leadership coach. I work with people from 27 different nationalities. And these are people who talk to me directly about their personal challenges and things. I realized across the board, we are all very more same than different. We have the whole same hope, fears, desires, dreams, challenges. So, but sometimes we